Hey everybody, Saturn direct in Capricorn. Have you felt the effect? And the answer to that question is yes. And I can answer that question without even knowing your life. So back in April, the 29th of April, Saturn was traveling backwards, retrograde in Capricorn. And when Saturn travels retrograde, it asks us questions. It asks us, what is your responsibility? In what areas of your life should you be showing care? In what areas of your life should you be exercising compassion? And I tell you what, whenever Saturn goes retrograde, it's always asking you to look at the place, the space in your life where you expend the most energy in order to gain your security. Well, Saturn went direct on the 18th, 2 days ago. And when it goes direct, it's asking you, okay, now show me what you've learned. Okay, now show me by your actions, by what you do, that you have learned the compassion that's necessary, that you have learned the responsibility that's necessary, that you can show me by your actions, little person down there, that you can show me by your actions that you have learned the lessons of the past few months. Now, Saturn does not mess about. Saturn does not mess about. So if it was your responsibility, if you told Saturn, yeah, Saturn, okay, my responsibility is to make sure that I am taking care of this business, I am taking care of this relationship, whatever it is for you, Saturn will keep asking you those questions during retrograde season. Are you sure? Are you sure? I want you to dig deeper. I want you to dig deeper, because you're not digging deep enough if you think that that is it. Just this job, just this relationship, just this family. If you think that that's all you're responsible for and that's all where you should be showing compassion, you're missing it. You're missing the lesson of Saturn. That's what Saturn tells us during retrograde. Well, now it's gone direct. What you should have realised, since April the 29th, what you should have realised and what should have dawned on you now, presently, is that, wow, I have got to show myself compassion. That yes, my security is important, my stability is important, my relationship's important, my money is important, my business is important, my friends are important. Yeah, they are. They are. But Saturn doesn't really, frankly, care about that. Saturn cares about you. Saturn cares about your energy levels. Saturn cares about your happiness. Saturn cares about your joy. Saturn cares about your fulfillment. And you should have learned that since April. You should have learned, because you've been meant to be learning that when Saturn was retrograde in Capricorn. Now that it's direct, Saturn is saying to you, okay, show me by your actions that you now understand how important you are, your health, your well-being, your sense of wellness, how important they are to your security. Because that's what Saturn is meant to show you. That your happiness, your wellness, your calmness, your balance, they are the things that are most important to ensure your security. So I know, because I felt it, I've not done any work for the past 2 days. I haven't done any work since the 18th because Saturn was like, Ruth, have you shown me? Because, you were working so hard and then you were exhausted for 4 months. And so you should have learned by your actions, Ruth, that you don't work like that anymore. And I had to actually go over my astrology yesterday when I was like dying. I had to go, I'm dramatic. I had to look back at my astrology for September and I realised, okay, so that's why I've been so exhausted since Wednesday, since the 18th, and I've not been able to, or Thursday, whenever it was, because I should have been changing my actions, adjusting my actions, showing Saturn that I understood, showing Saturn that, yes, Saturn, I've learnt, Saturn, the lessons that you've been trying to teach me since the end of April. And now I'm going to act differently. I'm going to behave differently. I'm going to do things differently to show you that I've learnt those lessons, to show you that, yes, Saturn, my health, my wellness, my happiness, they are the most important integral things to my security and to my ability to manifest. And so that is where I need to focus my energy and my effort. The last few months, April, May, June, July, August, should have taught you that. And so now that Saturn's direct in Capricorn, it's time to show that that is the case. It's to show that we have learned that by our actions, by the things that we do out in the world. This is why we always say that Saturn is strict and the Capricorn energy, or the devil energy, I should say, is the Capricorn's card in the tarot. But that is why Capricorn's energy, or the devil energy in the tarot, has got, and the sign of Capricorn have got the greatest capacity for spiritual growth. Because you are constantly being asked, and everyone is when Saturn is on the move, we're being asked, what about you? How are you feeling? Because your strength, your wellness, your balance, that is what is important to real, true security. It doesn't matter, I can work 18 hours in a day. You can't sustain that. I mean, you may be able to sustain that, yeah. But Saturn asks you, if you're working 18 hours a day, what is your responsibility? Where should you be showing care? And where should you be exercising compassion? And is working 18 hours days doing that to you? No? Then change it. That's been the question of Saturn retrograde on the 29th of April, and now Saturn direct. That's the change it bit from the 18th of September. So, my darlings, I hope that you've been paying attention. I hope that you've been listening to Saturn. I hope that you have learnt your lessons, because if we don't listen, if we don't learn our lessons, then what happens? What happens is we get a repeat. So the next time Saturn goes retrograde, you'll be in the same place. If you don't show Saturn, if you don't show by your actions, by what you do in your life going forward, if you don't show that you've learned those lessons. All right, my darlings, take care. I will be back, Capricorn, with your reading. I promise. And Earth signs, I'll be back with your reading as soon as I'm able to do it. But I promise I'll do it within the next day or two. All right, my lovelies, take care. Bye.